Hello, everyone. Tina Hogan Grant here with my holiday Christmas chat. And I am joined with five fabulous fellow authors that I'm going to introduce you in just a little bit. Again, my name's Tina Hogan Grant. I'm the author of soon to be 11 books. I have a book coming out and December 20th. Why I'm bringing a book out right around Christmas, I don't know, but I am. So I'm excited about that. And I am in California, originally from England. And joining me tonight, first of all, is CJ Lopez. How are you?
I'm good, Tina. How are you?
I'm doing good. So give us a little background, CJ.
So I started my writing journey in 2018 after I retired from the Air Force after 20 years. And since 2018, I've written 20 plus books between my children's books and my adult-ish books. I called them ish because I write in multiple genres. And I've been having a blast. And in 2020, I started the Author's Porch, and I've just been having a great time talking to authors, learning about authors, and just diving right into the author world. So I'm super excited to be here and talk to some people that I've known for a little while, meet some new people, and my cheeks are already sore. So y'all are in for a good time. I'm just saying.
I'm so happy you're here. And Sharon Gloger Friedman, you are joining us from where?
From Georgia, North Georgia. And, like CJ, I started writing in 2018, but I've only written 2 books, so I'm in awe of you. I write historical fiction, so it moves a little more slowly, but I've enjoyed it. I retired and finally settled down and kind of knocked this off of my bucket list and started living the life I wanted to do all along. I've always wanted to write. Looking forward, I've just started a 3rd book, and I probably will take me another couple of years the way the others did.
I got to ask Sharon before I move to Beth, is it going to be historical fiction also?
Oh, yeah. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And Beth, my fellow British author here, where are you joining us from?
I am in the San Gabriel Mountains in California. So I'm the other side of LA from you.
I know, you know what? We are like a couple of hours away. That's it. And I really hope that sometime next year we can meet up and have lunch, coffee, spend the day together, do something, because we spend so much time chatting and BSing online. I feel like I know you, just like you're right next door.
I know, it does feel that way. It does.
So we've really, really got to hook up in the new year. We really do.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. But hello to everybody. I am Beth. I'm a science fiction fantasy author, spicy rom-com author, soon to be released in February. I've actually written a whole series of children's books as well, which I'm going to be releasing next year, about a fairy called Jinx, which I love. And some books for little children as well. So like CJ, I'm sort of trying to, well, to be honest with you, I didn't want to be a multi-genre author, but you know what it's like. Once your inspiration goes, you could be having a shower, cooking the dinner, and all of a sudden something will pop in your head. You'll be, oh, that's a really good story.
Yeah, there you go. And just write it and see what happens.
Exactly. But I've been writing since 2017, and it all started from a really weird ass dream that just wouldn't leave me alone. And I've written a trilogy in adult and young adult editions so far. And as I said, I'm soon to release a new one in February.
Oh, exciting. I got to have you back on my Cuppa and Natter show when your new book comes out.
Oh, that would be it.
Got to get you in. I got to get you in. I'm like 6 months booked in advance, but we'll get you in. We'll figure out when your release date is and get you in.
That would be cool, but it's a bit naughty, I've got to tell you.
I love naughty. I write naughty. Come on now. And so does CJ. So, hey, I'm not sure. Laura, do you write Steam?
I read Steam.
Okay.
I read Steam. I fade to black. But I like spice. I enjoy spice.
How about you, Sharon? Do you okay with a little bit of spice?
I'm sorry?
Are you okay with a little bit of spice?
Yeah, but I also in my books fade to black. Everybody laughs at me and says, and I'll start out with a scene and then the next scene goes, and later, and then then we go on. Then we move. Yes.
So there you go, Beth. We're all good with spice. Okay, I'm going to move on to Nancy Carey Johnson. How are you, my dear?
I am fabulous, thank you, ma'am. But I want to know about this Jinx fairy. Is she spicy too?
Yeah.
No. She's a good fairy.
Not a naughty fairy, as opposed to the bad fairy, or like the wick. Oh, maybe she's wicked. Sorry. All right.
So where are you from, Nance?
I'm from, at this point, Vermont. I live in the south, sort of central piece of Vermont. And like several of us, apparently I started writing in 2018. I've got 2 full-length books out, well, 2 paperback books. I am not an author. I am not a spicy author. I am not a novelist. I write short stories. Akin to Irma Bombeck meets Chicken Soup for the Soul. And if you're old enough to know who Irma Bombeck is, then you know what I'm talking about. I have a wicked sense of humor that I rein in a lot. Although one of these days, I'm absolutely going to let it pour out, and everybody who thinks I know me will be on the floor, going.
I can't wait.
And I have 3. I didn't know I was a cookbook author, but apparently I am. I have 3 Kindle Short Select cookbooks: Cheddar's Better, Maple Syrup Memories, and Soup's On. And I've got a million ideas for like.
You'll be really proud of me. For the very first time, I made a Yule log cake.
Did you? Do you have a photo?
I do, but I'm not going to look for it now because I'll lose my other stuff. But I was so good. It's in my group, but my grandkids, I always bake for my grandkids when they come up, and normally it's cookies. This year it's like, Nana, we want to bake a Yule log cake. I'm like, what? I've never baked one before in my life.
Easy peasy, baby.
Well, it is now, but it took us 3 hours. We're watching YouTube videos on how to roll this thing up. And anyways, we had a blast. And it turned out okay. It really did.
Oh.
Moving along, Laura Quinn is joining us. How are you, my dear?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm excited to have you. So where are you from?
I'm a Jersey girl,
Jersey.
right outside of Philadelphia.
Cool. And give us a little background on your writing, your books.
I write historical romance set at the Jersey Shore. I released my first book earlier this summer, and it's the first in a trilogy. So I'm currently working on the sequels, and I'm having a really great time.
Exciting. Well, ladies, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to really quick acknowledge our readers that are here joining us and say a quick howdy to all of these folks. We have, can you guys see the comments?
Yes.
No.
Okay, we have Karen here. She says, hello, everybody.
Yeah.
We have, hold on, I'm getting there. Jennifer says hello. Karen Wright says hello. Bambi is here. Hello, ladies. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Oh, these names are familiar.
Way!
Hello. I feel like I know these people.
And we got Beth. Just finished your book and loved it. I'm not sure which book, but awesome.
I think that was CJ's because it came up just after.
Oh, it came up after CJ. Yeah. We have Nancy here.
Oh,
and we have, I'm just popping down and just letting the readers know I see them. Oh, I like the
all right, keep rubbing that for a few minutes.
That's a really nice font, isn't it?
Well, leave that one up for just a few minutes. Let that one sink in.
I'm like, that is a good morning. Yes, thank you.
We got Lori. She says hello. I'm going to put up a Facebook use. I don't want to leave them out. There must be in my group. She's from Charleston. It's Katie Mercy, also known Ashley Cobb Post, is her author name. She is also here. We have Jennifer Goins. So we are going to do some Christmas chat. First of all, what I want to know, and I'll start with CJ, and we can all take turns answering. Of course, my first question is going to be, are we ready for the holidays? CJ.
I am so ready for the holidays. I finished my shopping a couple of weeks ago, and my daughter gets in her car tomorrow and is driving home for the holidays, and she hasn't been home in a couple of years for Christmas, so I'm super stoked. Like, I just need a hug.
Oh, that's going to be such a wonderful Christmas. When was the last time you spent Christmas together?
Me and her, we haven't spent Christmas together for the past 2 years. One was because of COVID, and the other one was because one of her dogs had parvo, so we didn't want to intermingle with our dogs. So it's been 2 years since I spent Christmas with her.
Oh, wow. That's going to be a special Christmas.
Yeah.
That really is.
Yeah.
And Sharon, I know that you do Hanukkah, and everyone else that is watching this, it's not just Christmas, it's also the Jewish holiday Hanukkah. So I want to wish Sharon and everyone else happy Hanukkah. It
Thank
starts,
you.
now we went over this before we went live, and of course I've forgotten already. It starts Sunday the 18th, Hanukkah does, and ends Sunday the 25th.
Yes, and we are done with our shopping. If Amazon will cooperate, we'll have everything on time.
Okay, I'm going to ask you because I do Christmas, but can you just give us a little background on what involves the celebration of Hanukkah?
Sure, real quick. Hanukkah celebrates, it's an 8-day holiday celebrating a time when after the Greeks had desecrated a temple in Jerusalem, it was reconsecrated, and they only had oil that would have lasted for 1 day, but instead it lasted for 8 days, which gave them enough time to have enough oil to keep the eternal light going eternally all the time. So that's basically what it celebrates. And we light a candle every night for the 8 days. They accumulate so that when you're done, you have 8 candles lit plus the worker candle, and that's the 9th candle in the menorah. And that's basically
okay.
Celebrate. Yes. So it's in the pantheon of holidays. It's not a major one, but it's a joyous one, which is rare in the Jewish religion to have a joyous holiday. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Purim is the other.
And you get to celebrate for 8 days. We only do it for 1. Well, we have the 12 days of Christmas, but
yeah. Well, and I actually have the Beth of both worlds. My spouse's children celebrate Christmas. I mean, they're spouses. So my daughter and son's spouses, there, it's what I'm trying to say, celebrate Christmas. So we have both.
Oh, you do both.
Yeah, it's nice.
There you go. How about you, Beth? Are you ready for the holidays? I see your tree behind you.
Yes, my house is truly Christmas-fied. I've been going over the top Christmassy this year because I've got my son and his girlfriend coming for Christmas this year, and I've got my daughter and my brand new grandbaby coming. Hello. And my son-in-law, and my daughter's boyfriend, my youngest daughter's boyfriend's just arriving now. My son's gone to get him from LAX. So it's the first time in God knows how long that I've had all the kids together for Christmas. You can't get anything else underneath my tree because all my kids have been sending everything here, and I've been wrapping it all. So I've been literally, you wouldn't believe how many presents I've wrapped, the amount of paper cuts I've had in my hands.
You better wear your Santa outfit Christmas morning.
Right. Oh my gosh. And then I've had to do extra Christmas cards, and the amount of times I should get one of those sponges, that you can just do on the cards.
Oh, there you go.
But no. Did I do it the easy way? No. I've got so many paper cuts on my tongue. It's unbelievable.
You know what I do is I get my fingers and I stick in the water and just.
See, now why didn't I think of that?
That's what I do. And I have a towel in my lap, I wipe it and then do the next one. It's just what I do. I mean, I've done the paper cut. No,
it's awful.
How about you, Nancy? Are you ready?
For what? Not even remotely. Like, yeah. Nope.
Not even. Have you got a tree up yet?
Nope.
Nope, me neither. Okay, I'm not the only one. Okay.
No, I'm like, I am a disaster this year. We'll get there. It won't be the last time, or the first time anyway. Hopefully it's the last time that we got the tree up and actually decorated the 24th, which really makes me crazy. But, there's a lot of things that make me crazy.
This is the first time in years that I've actually bought Christmas presents before Christmas Eve.
Oh.
I have been a Christmas Eve shopper for years, and I don't know why I keep doing that to myself, but I have for years. And this year is the first time I've actually got a head start, but now I got to wrap them. That might be Christmas Eve.
I go, we're going to wrap them, baby.
Okay, Laura, how about you, hon? Are you ready for the holidays?
We're about 75% there. I have 2 tweens. They're 9 and 12, and they're believers, which I can't say too loud because they're probably outside the door listening.
Oh, yeah. Now, how old are your children again? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
How old are your children?
9 and 12.
Oh, that's a great time for Christmas.
So it's a super fun time, and they're done. It's just odds and ends, teachers, neighbors, friends.
Wow.
But Santa, all of the Santa stuff, like we're good. So.
And you, CJ, Sharon, Beth, you're all done with your shopping. I know Nancy's not. That's why I left her out. So,
Actually, I'm shocked. But that's
what
it.
was that?
I am shocked.
You are done shopping?
Well, maybe.
See? I know I'm not. CJ, you done?
I shop throughout the year.
Oh.
So I'm good by the time this happens, and I don't wrap anything. You're lucky if you get a gift bag. I usually sit there with a big old bag, and I'm throwing presents on Christmas Day to everybody.
Oh, I love that.
It's way easier. I'm a minimalist. I'm a big minimalist. I try to be, and I save everyone's gift bags if they give them to me, and I'll re-gift those gift bags. Yeah, I don't buy wrapping paper or any of that.
I do that too. And one year, when my son was younger, I think it was like 14, no, maybe Laura's kids, age like 9, 10, or 11. But I bought this jumbo stocking. I mean, this thing was like 6 feet tall. It was huge. And I just threw all his gifts in there. He hated it because he had no gifts to unwrap.
Oh.
He was just pulling out these, and I loved it because I didn't have to wrap anything. But that was the last time I did that because he liked to unwrap his gift at that age, and he felt cheated.
You know what?
Yeah, when they were small, I did, but
yeah.
Part of the gift is actually the presentation, the beauty, the wow, look at that. That's my Auntie Luce. It has been amazing like that. So I love to have beautifully wrapped gifts. I'll use some gift bags too.
Beautiful, but I can't. I mean,
I do too. I'm just
you do like to wrap or you don't?
No, I like getting beautifully wrapped gifts. I just can't I
can't wrap beauty. There was one year, my son and Gordon and I bought them gifts. And at the time, I had all these priority mailboxes that were not getting used. So I stuck all the gifts in these boxes. And I said to them, can you help me wrap these gifts? I have a lot of gifts to wrap. And they were wrapping their own gifts.
You're wicked.
That's like genius level 12.
I know, right? Let me see. I want to see some more comments. What about baking? While I'm looking at the comments, I want to ask you guys if you're cooking this year. Or is someone else going to be cooking? I'm going to start with you, Beth, because you have a lot of people coming. Are you doing the cooking?
Yes, and it will be like feeding the 5,000 because both of my boys are 6'4" and 6'6", and they both look like they just come off a Viking ship. They're ginormous boys, just tall and burly. So just feeding those two alone is going to be a feat in itself. But I'm going to be doing all the cooking. I'm okay at Christmas dinners, I must admit. I've learned to cook in the last 30 years since I've been with Ian. It's a miracle he's still alive, really. But I'm not a big baker. If I bake a cake, it comes out looking like a bloody ski slope.
That sounds like me.
I don't know what I do wrong. Yet my daughter, Holly, she makes the most amazing, beautiful cakes. And she regularly sends me pictures from South Carolina, so I can't even taste the bloody thing.
So where did she get the cooking skills from?
In it from me. It's a miracle my husband's still alive. In fact, it's a miracle they're all alive, really.
What are you going to cook on Christmas Day? What's on the menu?
Sorry, I've got a cold. So I'm going to do a big roast turkey, all the trimmings, including stuffing balls, everything. And there's one thing that my extended family and friends love that they just don't do here in America, and that is Swede and carrot mashed together with butter.
I haven't done that in years. I forgot all about that.
Oh my God.
Kind of like bubble and squeak.
Yeah, but what do they call the Swede here? They call it rambutan or something.
I don't know. Maybe Nancy knows. She's the chef in the group.
It's like a purpley root vegetable.
You talking rutabaga?
There we go.
A rutabaga?
A rutabaga or a turnip. A rutabaga is like slate. It's a much larger. It's big, baby. I mean, how big? They can be enormous.
Yes.
But they're like a less. They're like a sweeter turnip.
Yes. So one of those cubed carrots, boil it all till it's soft, drain it, mash it with just mash it really smooth, add your butter, bit of salt and pepper. Best thing ever.
Sounds really good. I'm coming to your
Yes,
house for dinner. Sounds good. How
It is.
about you, Laura? What's on the menu for you, for your family for Christmas?
Ham,
Ham?
yeah, ham and all the fixins.
Sounds good. And do you do the cooking?
I do. Yeah,
Are your kids
I
in
like
there?
it though.
Do your kids help you in the kitchen?
They try and then they get bored. Like they like the idea of it until I actually ask them to do something. Then they, scooch.
That's like my 7-year-old grandson. He'll come and help me lick the bowl. That's what he wants to do. That's what he wants to do. All right. I'm going to get to the other three of you in a little bit for your Christmas meals. But let's do a giveaway. I think it's time to do a giveaway. We're all going to give away. Now, I want to explain to our readers that are here today. Number one, the giveaway is for everyone that's watching this live. You're entered in the giveaway. We're going to announce it in the show. But it's going to be a paperback if you're in the U.S. It's going to be an ebook if you're overseas. Just because of shipping, we all know that it's just horrendous. But before we announce the giveaway, each author is going to read the first 500 words from a book they're giving away. So can I start with you, CJ?
Sure.
Okay, so I'll let you read 500 words. And which book are you going to be giving away?
I'm doing Love Derailed, which is my contemporary women's fiction. It has a small, sweet romance. It follows Felina, who is the main character from age 16 all the way to middle age in her life.
Sweet. And then after you're done with your reading, I'll let you pick a winner.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Walking out of her bedroom, Felina found the house a complete wreck. Beer bottles peppered the floor. Broken glass was everywhere, and her mother, who at one time was the most beautiful woman in her eyes, was sprawled out, half on the couch and half on the floor, asleep. This scene should be abnormal, but to this 16-year-old girl, it was common. Felina didn't lead a normal teenage life. No, she was responsible for cleaning up after an alcoholic mother whose life had stopped moving forward years ago. Although Felina endured arduous chores, she remained positive that there was more to life ahead and never complained. She hoped that Maria's love for her was stronger than her love for alcohol, and it kept her daydreaming about the future. Felina donned her sturdy pink fluffy house shoes, a black cotton robe, and continued into the shattered house Maria had haphazardly partied in the night before. Cleaning was Felina's priority. She looked at Maria passed out and wished her mother had stayed home last night. If she was like other mothers, she wouldn't have come home drunk. No, Maria would have been home paying attention to Felina and caring about her future. Instead, Maria had torn the house up in what was, no doubt, a fit of rage. Today was Felina's first day at a new job. Her first job. She wanted to be ready for what was to come. Looking around, Felina already knew how to clean well. It was something she had learned from an early age, which meant cleaning someone else's house wouldn't be hard. Timid, though strong, Felina had carried the burden of being an alcoholic's daughter since she was 5. Maria had given up trying to be a good mother once she realized no one would rescue her from her self-hate. Felina took the trash out and waved to the neighbors who knew of her troubles and had their own. Turning back to cross the threshold of the alcohol and cigarette smell-drenched house, she needed to get ready for a day outside of this world and into the new one. Felina went to her room and prepared herself. She was ready to be away from the venom of her mother's words. Getting ready would be easy since Felina enjoyed simple things in life. Shower, leggings, a plain t-shirt with a pair of black shoes, and she was ready. There was no makeup, curling irons, or straight irons, only a brush and moisturizer for the teenager whose life, taking care of her mother, kept her busy to worry about beauty and fashion. Felina exited the room, grabbed her backpack filled with the items the company had suggested she would bring, and was ready to go to her first day at work. Her long brown hair tumbling in the doorway's breeze, Felina decided she had done what she could and stepped through the threshold. She left the small one-bedroom house she shared with her mother and went into a cruel and unforgiving world that she heard of her entire life. The current made it seem like someone had whispered goodbye into the strands of her orange blossom-scented hair. Unfortunately, no one was there to acknowledge Felina's leaving. Not now, never, but one day, she prayed, someone would care enough to acknowledge her existence.
Thank you. That sounds really good. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, CJ, I'll let you scroll and see if you can find a winner. Drum roll. Do, 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 do.
Okay, so I'm going to go a little back to the top and scroll, and then stop. Elaine Sapp?
Elaine Sapp. Congratulations, Elaine. I'm writing this down. I bought a pen in my chat, Beth. Oh, she has one.
Guess where my pen was?
I want to put up Elaine if I can find her. She was here a minute ago. I just saw her. But Elaine, you have won a signed paperback from CJ Lopez. So if you can reach out to CJ with your address, and she will get that out to you. Yay! Congratulations. Okay, back to holiday dinners. Sharon.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to Hanukkah, do you do a special meal?
Not necessarily a special meal, but there are special foods that are associated with Hanukkah. The main one are latkes. Latkes are, well, they're called latkes if you're Jewish, and they're called potato pancakes if you're not. Mm-hmm. And that's what they are. It's shredded potato with onion and matzo to keep it together, and they're fried in oil. Again, the symbolism of the oil. And they usually you eat them with sour cream over them or applesauce. I'm an applesauce person.
And do you eat those like anytime during the 8 days, or is there a special day?
Yeah, anytime. It's just associated with Hanukkah, the latkes. I should tell you that I am a notoriously bad cook. When I get invited to potlucks, I'm assigned the salad, so that'll give you an idea. And I used to make latkes. I'd cheat and buy the frozen ones. So one day my son went to someone else's house and had the real thing, and then insisted that I buy it. And I got all the ingredients. I did not have a food processor. I mean, why would I? I don't cook. But I did have a blender, because you make daiquiris with your blender, right? So I quartered up the potatoes. I put them in the blender. It made the appropriate noise, and I thought, okay, I'm on my way. And then it stopped, and I took the lid off the blender and looked down, but I did not turn the blender off. And this is a true story. It exploded in my face.
Oh my goodness.
Wearing glasses, so I was fine, but anything that gets in this hair never comes out. It was all over the shade, over the kitchen sink. It covered the dog, and the dog was, she was licking it off. Literally for months, I was finding caked potato terribleness around the kitchen. It was awful. It's become family lore. Nobody's ever asked me to make latkes again.
That's it, right? You're done. Frozen only in your household.
And my daughter does a really good job, and we always go to her house for latkes.
Oh, there you go. How about you, Nancy's over there busting up. Nancy, are you ready for the holidays as far as the meal? What are you going to have?
Standing rib roast.
Yeah.
That's a standing rib roast, a beef rib.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, and garlic and herb butter. and probably mashed potatoes. And I'm looking at a bûche de Noël or Christmas log, or maybe a cheesecake with blueberry toppings and Christmas cookies. And that's, and I always do. It's insane. We do a big Christmas Eve dinner, and then I do a big, and it'll be all sorts of finger foods, and then like venison and salad with homemade blue cheese dressing, and probably fettuccine Alfredo. And then the next morning, it's either muffins or scones with lemon curds and deep dish quiches or something like that. And then I go to this dinner. I'm like,
wow.
Yeah.
And you do all the cooking, the baking, everything.
All of it.
Well, I'm not bugging you for the holidays. You'll be so good. As for me, we're going to have turkey. We do the traditional turkey and all the fixings. We'll do the stuff in what I love is roast potatoes. How about you, Beth, being from England?
And you've got to cook your roast potatoes in duck fat.
But I cook them in the turkey fat. Is that okay?
Just as good.
Okay.
That was politically correct.
Huh?
I said that was politically correct.
No, we do. And then I like my dressing cooked in the crock pot, or stuffing, as some people call it. That way it's not taking up space in my oven. And I have the crock pot and I put it on all day on low, and it just comes out really moist. But some people like the stuffing dressing crunchy.
I do. I'll do the little balls of stuffing, and that way it's crispy on the outside and fluffy in the middle.
Oh, that sounds really good. And it's got to be smothered in gravy.
Yes.
Smothered in gravy, right? Smothered in gravy.
Yes. And it's going to be like 3 days of wearing elasticated waistbands.
I know, right? That's the one thing. I don't even look at my scales for a month. I just
no.
I don't even.
Take the batteries out a month before.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Some nice comments that we're getting. I'm not sure who this is from, but we have a Facebook user that's saying you're all such a treasure to listen to. I just want to involve here we go. This is from Bambi. My computer's being slow. Come on, where are you? Wake up. There we go.
Anytime, Bambi.
I'd love to come to your house, Nancy. I think we're all going to just show up at Nancy and Beth's house.
Maybe we're moving to Illinois so we can be in the middle.
How about Christmas movies? Do you put on movies when you have family gatherings, or do you have a traditional movie that you like to watch over the holidays? Let me start with you, Laura. Do you have some favorite movies? How about your kids too? What kind of movies do you put on for the holidays?
We are big fans of It's a Wonderful Life. We watch it every Christmas Eve. It's my favorite, and we watch it as a family. We'll do Charlie Brown Christmas, Christmas Carol, all of the kiddie ones, Rudolph and Frosty, from the old time ones with the stop motion and Elf.
Cool. How about you, Beth?
Oh my God, I love Christmas. I watch all the Santa Claus movies every single year. I can't help it. Even if it's just on in the background while I'm doing the decorations and stuff. My favorite is Love Actually.
See, that's the one I haven't watched. You told me about that in your chat. I have not watched it.
It's hilarious. And there's this couple that are sort of getting to know each other and flirting. But they're stands-in for porno stars. So every time it goes back to them, they're like half dressed or fully dressed, pretending to do all naughty things so the camera can get its proper angle. And every time it goes back to them, it just cracks me up. Because again, oh, nice weather that we're having today. Yes, it is, isn't it?
I'm gonna have to
so random.
It's Beth and the steamy stuff. Beth really likes the steamy stuff.
She does. She really does. That's what she's writing.
Humor. It's the humor of it. That the movie is just so funny.
I have to write it down. Love. Who's in it? Who stars in it?
Oh gosh, who isn't in it? So you got Hugh Grant, who
I love him.
The British Prime Minister in the movie. Then you've got
Emma Thompson.
Yes, Emma Thompson. You've got Liam Neeson in it.
Oh, these are all actors I like. I wonder if it's on Netflix. I'm gonna
the
check it out and
cast.
see.
Yeah, the cast is spectacular. It really, really is. But
I'm surprised I've never seen it.
the humor is brilliant. It's
All right, I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Nancy, how about you, my dear? What about your favorite movies?
I'm not such a movie person. But Rudolph would be right at the top, and that's about, and maybe Frosty. And I get motion sick in movies. I think it's because the frames flicker. So I actually haven't watched TV in 15 years.
Yeah.
That'd be a good thing.
Oh,
You get a lot more cooking done.
I'm the boring one of the group. Sorry.
No, you're not.
Sorry.
CJ, do you have any favorite movies you like to watch on Christmas?
I have to find whatever adaptation of the Scrooge there is. I know they have a new one this year on Netflix, and I absolutely loved it. And I have to watch The Grinch and all the new rom-coms that are out.
Yeah, I saw a few comments that they liked The Grinch. And how about you, Sharon? Do you watch holiday movies?
I also Love Actually is our favorite. We watch it every year. Whenever we can catch it on, during the holidays, we do. Favorite. I agree. The humor is brilliant. The acting is terrific.
I'm gonna have to look and see.
They off each other
Yeah,
really
me
well.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
Okay, I'm the old. I love the black and whites. I love like Laura, a Wonderful Life, and White Christmas. I love the old Bing Crosby. I love just the old traditional, and of course, Miracle on 31st Street,
34th.
34th. I knew it was up there.
Macy's
But it
Times
has to be the original. I'm not too fond of the remake. I love the original of 34th Street. The remake I wasn't too fond of.
Do you know, though, I will say this. Jonathan Winters did a radio broadcast of A Christmas Carol. I think CJ was talking about Christmas Carol. I love to listen. I could listen every day through the holidays. It's so well done. And I can listen and not get motion sick. Funny how that goes.
There you go. There you go. All right. I think it's time for another short read and another giveaway. How do you think? Think it's time for another one? All right. I'm going to go with Nancy this time because she writes short Christmas stories.
I do.
You do.
And
This is the cover of your book. Well, it's one of your books. It's not all you write. And I have this book and I've read it.
I'm so bad at this stuff. The other way. All right. There we go.
There we go. Christmas Memories. And you're going to read a short story from there. And
actually, is it okay if I read two short ones? They are pretty short.
Of course. Yes.
So, the first one is, and I will tell you this, everything I write is 100% true. And I sometimes wonder if everybody in the world has this harebrained things happen to them that I have. So, it was the Christmas season, and as usual, I was mailing gifts way later than I should have. But I wasn't the only one who was a little behind the candy cane twist. The post office was full of people, and everybody had all kinds of business that needed attending to, which meant things were moving very slowly. What made matters worse was that Lori, my local post office high-energy, very efficient clerk, wasn't there. So the postmaster, Al, was at the window waiting on customers. Now, while Al is a very good guy and very thorough, he's not particularly fast. People were standing there miserably as Al was taking his sweet time doing something or another in the back. And finally, 10 minutes later, when the line literally, and I mean literally, had not moved an inch, I couldn't stand it anymore and called out to him. I said, Al, you're slower than death. Well, would have been pure collective misery just a fraction of a moment before turned instantly to tension, even though I had done nothing more than said aloud what everybody in that line was thinking. The tension was so thick that I realized that if I didn't do something right quick, those folks who were wound tighter than piano strings might snap. I waited a beat and then added, yeah, but some women like it like that way. Well, you should have seen it. There was a moment of silence, and then the room erupted into laughter. One guy was laughing so hard he had to hold himself up on with the counter. It didn't make the line go any faster, but it definitely lightened the atmosphere. Like, oh, God, it was awful. So, and this is not quite it. Where the heck? I just had the bookmark and it. Give me 27 seconds. I'm sorry.
You have 25.
I bet I can do it. Here, I found it. Ha.
Ha.
I can't even tell you how much I mean this. So, and my friend Sharon knows this one. There is no doubt that I love the Christmas and the whole Christmas season, but I would be remiss if I didn't tell you how much I love Hanukkah too. I adore the reasons behind the rituals, the food, the love, the laughter. At this time of year, the time of darkness, we celebrate by lighting the way, either by lighting candles on a menorah or by lighting trees and greens, once with candles, now with electric lights. These traditions are separate, but both are equally important. And while some might consider the rituals different, I do not. Yes, I understand there is a difference in the religions and traditions, and yet, in the end, are we not all, in one form or another, casting light for our loved ones and community in the time of darkness? No matter your religious beliefs or traditions, I say, go forward and light the way. Or better yet, be the light yourself.
Beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Thank you
that
so
was
much,
beautiful.
Nancy. Now, what are you giving away?
Oh, sorry. Okay, we'll go through this again. You should never have me on the show. I'm really bad about this stuff. A copy of Christmas Memories.
Nice. And it will be signed.
It will be signed, and there are 40 recipes. So the actual title is the Vermont Homesteaders Christmas Memories, Wit, Wisdom, and Holiday Recipes. You think I actually had to read it, but I kind of know it. There's 40 recipes in here, and it's not just Christmas. It's Thanksgiving. It's a little bit of fall. It's Christmas. It's Thanksgiving, fall, Christmas, New Year's, winter, dog stories. I have lots of dogs. Do I have dogs? And all kinds of things. And as I said, 40 of my favorite Christmas holiday recipes, including how to roast the turkey. But everyone has their crazies. Now, here's my question.
Yes.
To all those people, we have a lot of Facebook users.
Yes, they are in my group, which is private. If you want to pick, okay, what's your question?
Well, my question is, if I say Facebook user blah, how do we know?
Okay, if you show me, okay? Can you click on one of those Facebook users?
I don't know.
Or is it only me? Is it only me that?
Only you.
Only you. Okay. What is one of the Facebook users saying?
I don't know. I didn't even look, but I just noticed that before. I'm like,
Because if you want to pick one, you can say Facebook user that says blah blah
right.
blah blah.
Okay.
Find it and put it up, and they can tell us who they are.
Right. Okay.
But they are moving pretty quick, and I'm putting up comments as we're talking because I'm not involved in the readers like I usually do, so I'm just throwing the comments up there, so they know that I see them or we see them.
I don't know how you manage to do it all. You're amazing because I'm not that good. Can we go on to someone else while I'm looking?
Yes. Well, we're not going on anybody else right now. You look. When you're ready, you just interrupt us. But are you ready?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was just showing what I was looking at you. I'm not looking there. I am not coordinated like you are. You're talking, you're scanning, you're reading, you're writing, and nobody knows. You're amazing.
I'm just doing it all. Right, Beth? We got to just do this. We're like multitasking when we do these chats. Watch the comments, watch the screen, keep talking.
I don't know how you manage.
All right.
Sometimes.
I want to ask you, I mean, for me, I don't really make a Christmas list, but when I do, it's usually something to do with books, a book that I really want to read or something like that. But do you have anything on your Christmas list that you're hoping to get for Christmas from hubby or kids? Or let me start with Sharon.
I don't make a list, and basically with us, the holiday is for our children and our grandchildren, and we don't exchange gifts. We just like to give them to the kids, and then they give us stuff too. So I don't ever make a list. It's just kind of a nice surprise, and the kids always seem to know what we want, so we're good. But I get lists from the children to get ideas of what they want, our grandchildren or adults. So it's not as easy as it used to be when they all liked Thomas the Train or, Clifford the Red Dog. We don't have that anymore, so it's a little harder. So I just tell them to give me lists, and we try to work off of those, and that's how we do our gifts. And they get one every night for 8 nights, so they don't make out too badly.
Not bad at all. And one thing I always try with my grandkids, one's 7 and one's 11, is I always buy them some kind of board game. When they come to Nana's house, it's traditional, put away the tablets, we're playing board games, we're going to interact, and it's something I just continue to try and just keep within, our family. Plus, I love board games. How about I'm going to switch the question. Do you guys play board games still at home? And if so, what are your favorites? Let's start with Beth.
We love playing games. We love playing poker as a family as well, just for fun. My youngest.
Probably strip poker with Beth, though.
Just giving away all my secrets now. That's why my husband married me.
That's all.
But we play like Cards Against Humanity, Monopoly, you name it. We just love it. There's nothing more fun than sitting around a table with your family and just playing a game and just having a real giggle about it. It's I think that's what Christmas is all about, really, isn't it?
It really is. It's just being together, interacting with each other. For me, growing up, it was all about sitting around the dining room table and playing, like you said, Monopoly, and we still play Monopoly. It's just what the tablets, they irritate me. You're not here to play on your tablet. You're here to visit with me. Yeah. Bottom line. But CJ, how about you? What are your favorite board games? And do you play them with your family?
We don't play board games. We are big movie gurus. So for 11 years, it was just me and the kids. So every Friday night was pizza night, movie night, and we would curl up on the couch and we'd eat pizza and chips and soda and candy all night. Just me and the two kids, my son and my daughter, and we'd watch movies all night long, fall asleep on the couch. And still to this day, when they come home, they're like, "Mom, it's Friday night. It's movie night, pizza night." And I'm like, "I can't eat pizza. I have acid reflux." And they're like, "No, it's movie night, pizza night." So it's still a tradition. We're big movie people, and it doesn't have to be something new. It could be an old Netflix movie, but that's our thing.
But it's something you're doing together. Okay, I'm going to go to Laura real quick, and then we're going to do another read. So Laura, how about you and your family? What kind of games do you play, and are they board games?
We are big fans of Uno. And it gets treacherous. That draw 4 can, there have been tears shed over the draw 4.
Tina Rose says she likes Uno too. I just popped it up there.
Yeah, and the Switch and Monopoly. That can get kind of mean too. We're very competitive, highly competitive, all 4 of us. So it's always a fun time.
It is. I love board games. Okay, let's do a read. And how about? Oh, wait. Nancy, did you find a winner?
Yes. Love Irma. Facebook user Love Irma, 7:10 p.m.
Huh? What was that?
It says Facebook user at 7:10 p.m. said Love Irma.
Oh, you're on a different time frame. It's not 7 o'clock here for me, babe.
Oh, well, excuse you. So it'd be 4:10.
4:10. Okay.
4:10.
Okay, you're going way back. Hold on.
Well, it said Love Irma.
I'm going up. I'm getting up there. Give me a minute. I want to make sure I get the right. 4:10. Hold on. I'm at 4:45. Am I going back?
Close.
Okay, wait. I got to go way up. Patience. 1 minute. I'm at 4:40. Hold on. I'll get there. 4:37.
Right. The person is the one above Renee Dennis Simmons.
I'm getting
whoever it is above that. No.
I'm getting
it's actually it's below Karen Lloyd Geerling.
4:25.
She's getting there now.
4:19. Nothing like turning the clock back, right?
Can I turn the scale back though? That's
okay,
what I
I'm
really
almost there. 4:13, 4:12, 4:11.
Like we're dropping the ball.
I know, right? Okay, I got a Facebook
Yeah,
user
that's what it feels like.
that says, "I love how all of you are having such a great time." Is that the one?
No, it just says loved Irma or Love Irma.
Actually, I see it. Okay, this one right here.
Yep, that's the one.
Okay, so that's your winner. Now, whoever wrote that, I need you to just post in the comments who you are, or I will see your name after the chat. But I'm going to put down here Nancy, and I'm just going to put Love Irma for the winner until we find out.
Someone said, "I said it."
Huh? What's
Someone
that?
Facebook user said, "I said it."
Oh, say, look, put your name in the comments. Write your name.
I would make it difficult. Sorry.
Right. Okay, Sharon, we're going to go to you, and I'm going to let you take it over with a short read and a little background you said you wanted to do for your excerpt.
Yes.
So it's all yours.
I'm going to be talking about In Freedom's Light. I'm going to read the first beginning words of the chapter, the first chapter, just a little bit of background so you'll understand. The book takes place, it starts in 1785 in Valencia, Spain. During the Spanish Inquisition, there were a group of Jewish people who converted under duress being either tortured or killed, but who, even though were converted to Christianity, continued to practice as much of their Judaism as they could in secret. And if you were discovered, death awaited you or torture. So to set the setting for you, let me read to you the first chapter, the first paragraphs. The book follows this family who must flee from Valencia because the young woman is suspected of being a converso or a secret Jew. And they flee and eventually wind up in Charleston, South Carolina, where they go to live with the husband's uncle, who owns a plantation, and all of that involved in the late 1700s and early 1800s. This is the first beginning of the freedom fight. How could you be so foolish? He roared at her, his dark eyes blazing with rage. Turning his wrath on the nearest object, Ephraim swept the vase from the walnut side table, scattering rose petals and shards of porcelain across the marble floor of the sitting room. For centuries, the Amsterdam name has been respected in the royal court and the Catholic Church. My father is a physician in King Charles' court. Now there are whispers that you were observed refusing a cut of pork in the marketplace yesterday when no other meat was left. My God, Annika, what were you thinking? My family has denied its Jewish blood for generations and prospered. Any suspicion that we are secret Jews puts our lives in danger. One person, he said, slicing the air with his finger. It only takes one person to accuse us, and we'll be brought before the Inquisition tribunal, and we will lose everything. Isabel will be an orphan. That's it.
Thank you so much. I've read this book and I absolutely enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I really did. So thank you, Sharon. I think that's brilliant. Your turn to pick a winner.
Right, I was writing down some names as they went by, and I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Tina Rose.
I thought we were going to say Tina Grant. No. Just messing with you, Tina Rose. Okay, so Sharon's winner, and that's going to be a signed paperback?
Yes.
Yay! Congratulations, Tina Rose. You are winning a signed paperback of Freedom's Flight from Sharon. Yay! All right, I'm looking at the time. I can't believe how fast an hour goes, but you okay with staying a little bit longer? Because we still got a couple more reads. You guys are okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
And then you're good?
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah. Okay, back to our Christmas chat. I wanted to ask you about songs. Do you play music at home? Do you have carols or songs that you like to listen to, whether it be in the car or in the house? And are you listening to Christmas music yet or now? And I'll start with Beth.
I love Christmas music. I'm a very musical person anyway. I was songwriting for years and still do it now. So I'm very musical, but I just love Christmas music. My favorite is Winter Wonderland, but the Doris Day version, and I go around the house singing it a lot.
I like that. I think that's cool.
God help it. It's one of those songs. I think we all have at least one song that we love to sing, and that one's mine.
And you know what mine is from your chat the other day?
I can't remember.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
That's right. I googled it after the show.
I love that song. I do want to mention to Nancy, this is your winner right here, Joyce Westmoreland. So
Hi, Joyce.
Pop that up there. Okay, so that is your winner for the Christmas book.
Okay.
Laura, how about you and your kids? What kind of music do you like listening to, and do you play it in your home or in the car?
We play it all over, and we start like the first week in November. I'm not even sorry. We love it. We love it. My favorite is the Christmas song by Nat King Cole. That always, every time it gives me chills. Like his voice is just amazing. And they like all the fun traditional stuff. We have a really good time with it, and it's everywhere.
That's good. I love listening to it in my car. At home, not so much, but I do have it on in my car. I do. CJ, what kind of music do you like listening to? What's your favorite song or carol?
So We Wish You a Merry Christmas is my favorite one. I could just sing it over and over, and I only know that verse. We wish you a Merry Christmas. So I just sing that over and over and over. And I only listen to it in my car. I think I would go crazy if I listened to it in the house. But for some reason in my car, it's so soothing.
Yeah, I like listening to carol. And do you like, guys, no matter what kind of music you listen to, are you one of those that sing along when you're driving?
Oh yeah. I am a rock star when I'm driving. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
That's the only place I sing, because I cannot sing a note. When I was in school in England, I applied for the choir, and she says, you can maybe apply to play an instrument.
Tambourine.
I cannot sing a note. Nancy, now I know, has a beautiful voice.
Thank you. I actually just finished my first CD. I was in Austin, Texas, recording in October.
Yay!
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Yeah, we're getting there now. It's at the end stretch, and I'm pretty excited. Yes, Christmas music, it pours out of me. It doesn't matter, all day long, and I love it. I'm with you, Beth. Love the stuff. I don't like a lot of the very new stuff. I'm listening, saying, that's not Christmas. I love really ancient stuff like Festival of Lessons and Carols, and it's just I love it all. I do. Well, not the new stuff, but love it.
I love your voice. You got a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
You do. Sharon, what kind of music do you like to listen to?
I'll tell you, my Christmas song is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, the Judy Garland version. I'm definitely aging myself, but I still love that song. And we do have Hanukkah songs that we sing. They're not going to hear them on the hit parade, except for maybe Adam Sandler's little takeoff on them. But there are songs that we sing. And when the kids were small, we'd light a candle, and then they'd get their gift afterwards, except we would torture them and make them sing the Hanukkah songs first. And we'd like, so that's how our Hanukkah songs. Yeah.
I do want to go back to Beth. You sing also. You have music out there, don't you?
Yes, on my Reverb Nation and other places.
Caught you off guard there, didn't I?
You did. Although I have to say, I lost my voice last Christmas. Like, I was so poorly. Like, literally woke up Christmas morning, it felt like I was dying, and my voice was gone. And because it was Christmas and we're having to do all these video calls with all the family back in the UK, for literally 3 days solid, I was like, like this, and I think I damaged my vocal cords. So yeah, I'm my voice now is a bit huskier than it used to be, because I think I might have damaged my vocal.
No.
Yeah, which sucks a little bit, but
it does suck a lot. Especially when you like to sing.
Can I just, I'm going to interject something very quickly and I'll shut up. Do you ever do chews? It's called chews, and you look like a cow chewing the cud. It's like, no, no. You want to make soft noises, and you really want to stick your tongue out and really stretch it, because there's something about doing that it pulls the vocal cords, but it's not hard on it, and it releases things. So just as a thought, try chews. Soft noises.
Give that a go, because it literally, I've not been the same since.
Yeah, chews are a good one.
All right, I think I'm popping up comments as we're chatting, just so the readers feel like are involved in our chat here, because this time is going by so quick. But I'm loving some of these comments, and I want to make sure that you guys see them too as I'm popping them up. thank you everyone for the comments, but I think we're going to be doing another read. And let me go with eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Laura, are you ready?
I am ready. Are
All
you
right,
ready?
Laura, it is your moment. And which one are you reading from, and what are you giving me?
So this is Thicker Than Water. Oh, there we go. And it is my debut novel. It's historical romance set at the Jersey Shore during World War One. And it follows two different couples. One are childhood sweethearts, and the other is a slow burn friends to lovers. So, and a lot happens. There's lots of drama. So, this is just a little bit from the prologue.
Okay,
Enjoy.
take it away.
It was the kind of summer day people look forward to all year. Late June, the afternoon sun was still high on the horizon, and the beach was scattered with cottagers enjoying themselves. An older gentleman flew a kite. A family walked the waterline, their young children splashing in ankle-deep waves, each squeal louder than the last every time another one rolled in, while their mother casually twirled her lace parasol. Another group had just finished a picnic and gone to one of the nearby bathhouses to change into woolen swimsuits for a quick dip of their own. The dunes were several yards back from the water. Their tall grass and craggy shrubs shielded the landscape from the sea before them and the promenade behind. Huddled between the mounds were a little boy and a little girl. One would have to look closely to find them. Precisely the point. Their clothing was tattered and threadbare, the soles of their shoeless feet black. He wore a newsboy cap 2 sizes too big. She limp, plaited pigtails. The girl clutched her stomach, greedily eyeing up the picnic basket. "I'm hungry, Danny," she whimpered, her sunken blue eyes pleading him for something, anything, to dull the ache in her belly. The boy frowned, his smudged face looking much older than his 7 years let on. His own stomach felt like it had rocks in it. It was well past supper time, but the only thing they'd eaten was some wild beach plums picked yesterday. Danny slowly shook his head. "Stealing's wrong. You know that, Shannon." "I don't care." She crossed her arms against herself, her lower lip in a full pout as she sighed. "They'll probably just throw it out anyway. What's the difference? I'll think of something." An assurance not only to her, but to himself.
Nice. Thank you so much. I love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Laura, you ready to pick a winner?
I am. I have been screenshotting as we've been going along and kind of scrolling as we've been chatting. So just give me a moment.
That's okay.
And Karen White. Right.
Yeah. Congratulations. And she has won a signed paperback from you?
Yes.
So Karen, I'm sorry, go ahead, Laura.
So I guess we'll connect afterwards to get everybody's addresses and all of that jazz. Okay.
Yep. And
so
Karen, if you can message Laura with your info, let her know what you won, and you guys can hook up and Laura will get that out to you. Congratulations. Yay. Exciting. Look at this comment, Nancy.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy save our sons and daughters? All right, that's enough.
Yay! Thank you. You just made everyone's night. Here's my eyes. Okay. All right. I'm going to publish some more comments. Okay. My next question, and then we're going to have Beth do a read. I want to go back to our childhood Christmases. And when you go back to your childhood Christmases, what gifts pop in your head that just kind of like wowed you when you were a child? I'm going to start with one from my dad. He spent almost a year building a dollhouse for me and my sisters. And this thing was just immaculate. And he even had like little tiny square tiles for like inside the kitchen. He handmade the wooden rail going up the stairway. And he had brick wallpaper. I mean, I can remember this thing like it was yesterday. And the outside of the house was all brick wallpaper. And there's the one thing that I wished that I never gave away, that I wish I still had. But when I came to the States, how can you be? Well, I could have shipped it, I guess. But it was the one thing I wish I didn't have. But is there any gift or any memory from your childhood that just, stays with you? And I'm going to start with CJ.
So there's not one gift because we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so I don't remember what gifts we really got. But my memory, me and my grandma would always wake up at 4 a.m. before anyone else would wake up, and we would exchange whatever gifts we did get with each other. At 4 a.m, and we'd have breakfast and coffee together because we knew as soon as everyone else woke up, there'd be chaos in the house and people running in and out and all the other stuff. So we always had our Christmas together before anybody else. And she was my best friend all the way up until she passed in 2010. But that was my favorite Christmas memory. And then when I had my own kids, I always woke them up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, even as they're adults now, they'll come and wake me up whenever they do come home for Christmas. They'll wake me up now, and I'm like, look, this is over. Like we're done with that. When you have kids, maybe, but we're done with that. But that just, that was my Christmas morning. It was just me and her.
I love it. I do. How about you, Beth?
Oh my gosh. So we didn't have very much money either. My mum did a lot of sewing and ironing for people for extra money and she bought me this little secondhand, like new to me, little red bicycle. And I think I was about 5 or 6. And oh my gosh, bless her. She resprayed it and cleaned it all up all herself. And oh my gosh, I love this little red bike. I was on it every single day. And even when I went over the handlebars once and scraped my whole face, literally, I wanted a cab. I was back on it the next day. As soon as I stopped bleeding and it wasn't dripping anymore, I was back on it. And that was my all-time favorite Christmas present growing up, was that little red bike. It was
great memory. And that's what we did back then too. We got hurt, but we got right back up.
Yeah,
that's
you did
back then.
We're not like the England footballers. We just brush it off and get up and carry on.
It reminds me of when you talk about a bike. There's a memory that popped into my head from England, and I had a bike. Might have been red actually, but my best friend Zoe from England, I would ride the bike, and we would have a rope, and we tied to the back of the bike, and she would, I'd be pulling her on the bike, and we went down. You know what a snicket is? It's like a trail going down to the riverbed. We call them snickets. So I'm riding the bike, she's holding onto this rope, and we're riding down. I'm going, oh crap, the brakes don't work. We both ended up in the river, but like Beth, we just got back up, drenched, and tried again.
And the brakes still didn't work.
As you do.
How about you, Nancy? What kind of childhood memories pop into your head from Christmas?
My favorite gift in general was the one my daddy gave me. And I would and whatever it was, because it was like the only one that was from my dad. And then we used to have a small gift by our bedside. We'd wake up to that, and I always loved that. But the one that's memorable is I was probably 16, and my mom said, "What would you like for Christmas?" And I really didn't need or want much, and I said, "I'd like a really colorful towel," and I still have that towel.
Oh wow!
It's entirely threadbare, but it was, it was a beautiful, bright color, cheery towel, and I still have it.
That's lovely.
Sharon, any memories from your holidays?
So, when I was growing up again, the family, we didn't have a whole lot. And also Hanukkah was not as commercial as it is right now. And we'd get one little gift or two little gifts. We didn't get something every night. I do remember though that I got a copy of Little Women, which even then was my favorite book. And I don't remember. Probably my mother gave it to me because she was an avid reader. It came from my parents, and I still have it. And so that's a special gift to me. And I still read the book once a year. Every year I pull out Little Women and read it. Yes,
I love that you still have that book.
Yeah, it's my all-time favorite book. And I mean, take a look at it, and it really rings true today even. And Joe has always been my favorite character. Yeah,
Love
The
it.
Little Women. Yeah.
Laura, how about you? Do you have any fun Christmas memories? And then we're going to have Beth do a read. Yay! So, Laura.
The year I got a Cabbage Patch doll. I loved my Cabbage Patch doll. I loved her. I can still see her. She had yellow curls, big blue eyes, and and she smelled like baby powder. I can still smell it.
There's one memory I want to bring up real quick before we go to Beth. This is to do with my son. Before I met Gordon, it was just me and my son. So we were, I was a single mother, but I really had to nip it in the butt and let him know that I'm the boss, even though it was just me and him. And he was about 2 or 3 years old. And he was just being, I'm sorry, but a brat. And it was Christmas Eve. And I would tell him, you're not going to get any presents. If you act this way, it's not going to happen. And he would not go to sleep. And to make a long story short, once he did finally fall asleep, I did not put presents under the tree. I got about 15 rocks from out of my yard, and I wrapped them all. And I put them under the tree.
I love that.
The poor kid's face when you got to like rock number 6. I was like looking out my windows, afraid they're gonna, gonna throw them. Anyways, the message did get through. And what I do like is that he tells that story to his kids now. And he says, if he did get gifts, don't get me wrong, I wasn't that mean. I did tell him to go get a broom out of the closet and sweep up all this mess. And in there was his presents, his real presents. But I let him stew for a little bit, get a little bit worried. But he actually tells that to his kids. One year I got rocks for Christmas, and if you don't behave, you're going to get rocks too. So
not even coal, something to keep you warm, just rocks.
I know. But anyways, okay, Beth, I just wanted to throw that up in there. It is your turn. So number 1, what are you going to read from? And number 2, what are you giving away?
Okay, so I'm giving away a signed copy of Earth's Angels.
I love that new cover, by the way.
Thank you, darling. I love it too. So I'll be giving that away. My books are available in adult and young adult editions. So whoever the winner is can pick which edition they would like, with or without the naughty bits. And I'm actually going to be reading from my new novel, which I'm hoping to release in February, in time for Valentine's Day. And I don't know whether you can see this. This is just a mock-up of my cover, which hasn't been.
Wow!
Pretty.
Yeah, this is just a mock-up. I did this, but I'll be getting it done professionally. Now, Calling Clarissa is sort of Bridget Jones's Diary meets a reverse 50 Shades of Grey.
Ooh, spicy.
It's a very spicy rom-com.
We like spice. We've already determined that one, so hey.
Yeah. Well, it makes the world go round, doesn't it?
It really does.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't have siblings.
Exactly. All right, honey, it's all yours. Take it away.
Okay. Clarissa stood at her kitchen sink, washing yet another pile of dirty dishes as late afternoon sunshine streamed through her kitchen window, indicating the tail end of spring. She wondered if there was more to life. Same shit, different day, she said, while cleaning another dirty plate. She had hoped to marry a good man like her father, but her ex-husband had turned out to be a no-good asshole and a total narcissist who was also an ego on legs. In fact, if anyone looked up the meaning of the word narcissist, they would see Nigel's picture next to the definition, and the word narcissist would be printed in bold. Clarissa had also hoped that Nigel would step up and be a decent husband and father when they had their 2 boys, Luke and Matthew. But no. Alas, it's adult content. Alas, the fucker was still the same selfish prick he always was. Hence, while Clarissa had finally had the sense to kick out said fucker, and was a lot happier on her own. Penniless, but happy. Clarissa wasn't the first, nor would she be the last, to realise that sometimes women are happier alone than miserable with their own personal arsehole. Sorry. The problem was Nigel had no interest in helping to keep the roof over their heads or putting the food on the table for the 2 sons he was supposed to love. So she was struggling to make ends meet. The only things that kept her going were her 2 boys, close family, and her best friends, Hayley and Becky. Clarissa finished washing the last dirty plate, slipped off her yellow rubber gloves, and turned to her kettle, needing a cup of tea. She tightened her hair clip at the back of her head, barely keeping a mass of dark auburn hair contained, and sighed. Her mum always told her that tea made everything better. What a crock of shit, she told herself. She filled her electric kettle, switched it on, and grabbed her favourite large mug. It was the same mug she had bought when she and the arsehole had bought their first place together, a small studio flat above a betting shop. Placing her hands on a grey Formica countertop, she hung her head, slowly shaking it in disbelief. What on earth did I see in him? She asked herself, while thinking back to how Nigel was 10 years before. She had to admit the younger Nigel had been quite a catch, or so she had felt at the time. An ex-rugby player, he was pure muscle, with natural olive skin, piercing blue eyes, thick dark hair, and a jaw you just wanted to kiss, or used to want to kiss. Now she would love to punch him on his jaw and dislodge a few teeth. Clarissa no longer found him attractive. She only saw a slimy, cheating bastard who couldn't keep his cock in his trousers and who thought he was God's personal gift to women everywhere. Never mind, Clarissa thought, reaching for her tea caddy and grabbing a tea bag for her mug. At least I've got girls' night to look forward to. She smiled broadly, knowing it was just what she needed. There we go. I'm sorry about the language.
We got quite a few comments I was putting up, but you were reading. But check them out after the chat.
I will.
So, Beth, it's your turn again. What are they winning? I'm sorry, they're not winning that.
Okay, they're actually going to win a signed copy of Earth Angels.
Okay.
If they're in the US, if they're out of the US, then obviously I'll send a whole set of ebooks. So that will be book 1, book 2, book 3. If they're out of the US, and the winner is, let's have a look, Jennifer Goins.
Jennifer Goins, congratulations.
Well done to Jennifer.
That'll be book 1, paperback.
Yes, or the set of ebooks. And if anybody would like to be a test reader, if they would like to be an advanced copy reader, then just message me, let me know. Just message me, say, calling Clarissa, test reader, please, because I am starting to make a list.
Put me on the list.
Okay.
I'm not going to be on the list. All right, I'm going to do this question. It's going to be a short question, because then I'll do a read and we're going to wrap it up, because it's getting to be like almost 5:30. So my final question for the holidays is, because we're all writers, we're authors, what about Christmas books? What books do you read? Holiday books, Christmas books, you have a favorite? Or, take it from there. How about Laura?
I have a bunch of decorative books that I like. Not so much fiction. Okay. Although I like watching fiction, like Hallmark and Netflix and all of those rom-coms. But I have a lot of books that are like pre-Pinterest decorating and crafts and things of that nature.
Okay, great. And Sharon, do you have any favorite books that you like to read over the holidays? I know you like Little Women, so I'm going to put that.
But I do like Nancy's book. I read it actually throughout the year, but I'll read it again this Christmas.
Well, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. It's the truth.
My daughter-in-law loves your book too. She's read it. She does. Speaking of books, Nancy, how about yourself? Which book?
I love The Grinch. And I love, we read, even though my boys are grown, we read The Night Before Christmas every Christmas Eve. And then I was gifted with a book by John Goodall called An Edwardian Christmas. There are no words. It's just a picture book. And I love it. And I could so happily jump into that book and start living. I love
Oh,
that.
wow. Must be really good.
It's amazing. It's beautiful.
And it's a picture book.
It's a picture book. Yeah. And it's actually Edwardian England.
Oh, I'll go check that one out. What's it called again?
An Edwardian Christmas.
Beth, have you heard of that one?
I haven't, but I'm going to be Googling it after the show.
It's just beautiful. And it depicts all the kinds of things, like the older things that people do. Like I love to go get greens and I love to go find trees and I would love to go to a market and decorate with holly, and holly is my favorite stuff. And they just do it all.
Wow.
I would love to. Love
and Bastien, how I just went straight over to you. What about you? Do you have any favorite reads for the holidays?
So was you aiming that at me?
Is your name Beth?
I don't know. First bit.
Sorry. Little sarcasm there.
I was like, and I was like, did she say my name or not? I don't have particular books that I like to read over Christmas. Just having the time to sit down and relax and read is just heavenly. It's just, I just love it. But I do, if I'm in the mood to reread something over Christmas, it's normally one of Trudy Canavan's books. She writes the most amazing fantasy books. Her world building is just absolutely tremendous. And talking about Edwardian, though, in the UK we celebrate Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas. And it wasn't until we moved to America that I discovered actually what it was all about, the original purpose of it. And I just want to quickly share with it because I love this. And I
think I learned it on your show too. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we just rediscovered it. Boxing Day, which goes back God knows how many hundreds of years, in the UK, is all about boxing up your unwanted food and gifts and giving it to the poor.
Yeah,
I love that. I thought, why aren't we doing it now?
And I think I said this on your show too. The whole time I'm growing up. I'm still growing up. I always thought Boxing Day was, you get your boxes outside, give them to the trash man. That's what I always thought it was. But no, you're completely, we figured that out on one of your shows.
I thought it was lovely. So now I try and make an effort now, day after Christmas, I try and find what's open, have stuff in the garage ready to go and try and donate. And bring back the real meaning of Boxing Day.
Yeah. CJ, do you have a favorite book or author that you like to read over the holidays?
So this year was my first year doing that. And after I finished writing my Christmas novella, which I'm going to start doing every year because that was so much fun, I read Somebody Like Santa by Janet Daly. And it was such a sweet, romantic Christmas story. I said, I need to find a new one every single year and write one because wrapped around the holidays, it just makes it that much sweeter and lovable. So, yeah, I loved her story. And I actually wrote a review and put it on my blog. And I just adored that story.
Oh, that is so sweet. All right, we have one final read. It's going to be from me. Moi. But I have to read off my phone. So if I'm doing this, I don't have my glasses on, but I don't have any copies of my book. So I'm going to read what am I reading? I have no idea. Hold on. Okay. I'm reading the first 500 words from my next book, Open Arms, that comes out in 5 days or 6 days. Yay. It's book 7 of the Sabella series.
Wow.
I don't have a cover for it. It's in my
Congratulations.
phone. Thank you. So I'm going to read the first 500 words. And as far as what I'm giving away, you can have a choice. Number one, you can have Open Arms signed paperback. But I know that some of the readers here have already won one. I mean, you can have won the second one. It's really up to you. But if you want to have instead one of my Tammy Mello's totes, isn't that cool?
That is cool.
That's really neat.
So you can either choose Open Arms, the signed paperback, Or you can choose a tote. And I just got those in. I absolutely love them. So you get a choice. So I will read 500 words from Open Arms, the Sabella series, book 7. This wasn't just a honeymoon for me. It was also much needed alone time with Travis and a chance to wrap my head around what had just happened at our wedding. I've been numb ever since the horrific accident and couldn't talk about it to anyone, not even Travis. He's tried to talk to me and console me, but I've been pushing him away, remaining silent and letting him know I can't talk about it yet. I'm just not ready. To avoid thinking about it, I've been keeping myself busy, spending time with Travis's mom, Caroline, getting to know her better, and working diligently with Travis at the children's home, which we've named Open Arms. Our hard work has finally paid off, and we'll be officially taking our first group of children in after returning from our honeymoon camping vacation near Yosemite. I still can't believe this is happening. It's been a dream of ours, and we've worked so hard to make it come true. It's definitely brought us closer together. Through all of the difficulties, as well as spending so much time working together, I've realized we make a good team. It didn't go so well in the beginning, Travis' recovery from his accident and suffering fatigue and mood swings, but as his health improved, so did his attitude. And working with him has been wonderful. I know Open Arms will be a tremendous success. Since our wedding and the death of my brother Davin, the days have been okay, as I've not allowed myself to think about it. But the nights, not so much. It's been almost 2 weeks since that dreadful evening at our wedding reception, and I've woken up every night in a sweat, screaming and reliving the death of Davin, and hearing the gunshot when Davin shot Slater just before my brother died. I tried to stay up as late as possible because I don't want to close my eyes. When I do, I fear the nightmares will return. I tried falling asleep in Travis's arms, feeling his embrace and scent, hoping that feeling the security of his arms around me would fend off the terrible dreams. But so far, it hasn't. Travis has begged me to talk about it, but I just can't. Just where would I begin? I tell myself I'm happy. Davin is dead, but am I? And then there's my anger when I think of my parents. I trusted them, and they broke their trust with their lives and the way they deceived me. Their actions crushed me. I don't know if I can ever trust them again. I picked up my phone from the nightstand next to my bed where I've been lying for the past hour, checking the time. Travis had left an hour ago to get ice for the ice chest and get gas. As soon as we load everything into the truck, we'll be getting on our way, beginning the road trip for our honeymoon. We have no reservations, just a plan to wing it, and set up camp when it happens upon a place that appeals to us. Okay, I messed up the last part, but there you go. My eyes were getting tired. So, anyways, I will now pick a winner. You can, like I said, you can either have Open Arms signed paperback, or you can have the tote. And I'm going to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And I am going to. Here we go. Renee Denise Simmons is the winner.
Hey.
Congratulations. You have won either a signed paperback or one of my Tammy Mello's trilogy totes. I got it. Wow, this has been so much fun.
You ladies are awesome.
Thank you so much too for staying over the hour. I mean, we're almost into 5:30 here, but ladies, I want to wish you and I want to wish our readers a very Merry Christmas, and I will hand it over to each one of you to say a few last words to whoever you want to, the readers, but Merry Christmas to all of you. Laura, I'll hand it over to you first.
Oh, well, Tina, thank you first and foremost for having me on. This has been a blast. It's been great getting to talk to you ladies and the readers. And I just want to wish everybody a happy holidays and a safe and healthy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, my dear, and Christmas. Nancy.
Thank you, Tina, for having me. It is always a pleasure to be on with you, and you do a really wonderful job. I'm so impressed, and I mean that. So thank you, and the ensemble ladies, you're wonderful. Thank you so much. It's really been a pleasure. And to the readers, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Have a healthy, happy, prosperous New Year.
Thank you, Nancy.
Oh,
Beth?
thank you.
Well, ditto. I mean, have a wonderful Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody. I am hoping to do a lot more shows in the new year for the Witty Writers Show. So I'll definitely have to get you ladies on to come and have a chat with me, because that would be so much fun. And now all our DIY and house stuff is all calming down. I've actually got some time on my hands finally. So yes, so keep posted. I'll send you all invitations, and I hope everybody stays safe and well over the holidays.
There we go. Sharon.
Tina. Thank you, Tina, for having me. And what a joy it is to be with all these wonderful ladies and authors. And I've been watching all of the comments go by. The readers are a great group. And I just want to say, you know, someone who came to writing late and even came to Facebook kind of late, it's been incredible to be a part of this community, readers and authors. And I just want to thank everybody and wish everybody a very happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, and health to all.
There we go. CJ.
And the great words of Tiny Tim, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Oh,
And I do want to remind our readers that they can get more of us in my group for the next 2 days. We have the Christmas party continuing on tomorrow. What day is it tomorrow? I'm losing track.
15.
The 15th.
And it's a Thursday. It's Thursday. So Thursday and Friday, you ladies are going to be in my group, and we'll be doing giveaways, sharing links, talking about our books. So thank you again for tonight. And thank you for continuing on celebrating the holidays with us tomorrow and Friday.
yay!
Yay! Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I wish you
Thank
all
you.
a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and God bless you all. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good
Merry
night.
Christmas, everyone. Happy Hanukkah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to us.
We're
What are
still
you?
live.